Real Engine, R-E-E-L. Get it? A wonderful, light-hearted, Indian-made, scripted and controlled documentary about how Indians are used and portrayed by Hollywood. Now, I use the word Indian because I am a dumbass. It is less specific and more inaccurate than European to refer to white people. But I use it because it is short and the film is unspecific. There's so many thoughts that jump to mind watching it. Josie Wales, Little Big Man, Dances with Wolves. But it struck me that when a few years ago Viola Davis spoke out about roles for black women, stereotypes, I thought this is unfortunately the nature of our cinema. The roles I read, sometimes perform, are thundering stereotypes. They may be the in-control stereotypes, the bosses, the rulers of the universe ones, but nothing of much interest to me or to you, Viola, to play or watch, I hope. I just auditioned a role where the script is littered with instructions about what my guy is feeling here and there. Fed up, quote, wishing this were over, for instance. There are fed up things that you can do, being in the scene with the woman listening, feeling where she is at, rare in men in real life, true, but so delicious to explore, is not what they want. They may be producers or the great unwashed who pay for Netflix, but the language of film is, television is, stereotypes. It is code. And reading reviewers, the average Joe reviewer, one understands they are now completely inured to this stereotype, or they demand the stereotype the producer will insist. They understand nothing else, which would clarify why politicians are so wooden, for one thing. Some PR person convinces them it works, or they picked it up in high school and it works. So much so that one wonders if Hillary Rodham Clinton or J.D. Vance have ever had a real moment in their lives. It happens all over. Very vivid, interesting friends of mine, full of surprises, get in front of a camera or on stage and not only don't be their real selves, but turn into cartoons. Badly. On a side note, I did once say at an audition that the part reminded me of Daffy Duck. Such great character. It is fair to say that Mel Blanc is the greatest ever. Needless to say, the audition is blanched. Top Cat has better texts than most television. Back to the Lakota, etc. Crazy Horse. What an extraordinary man. I thought quite suddenly watching Real Indian that a great film could be made, but not the way films are made. The Viola Davis point would destroy him. There's a poet in the film, John Trudell. He is describing Crazy Horse. There is a photo of him. Trudell says he never allowed his likeness to be made, that the images we have are probably fake, and I suddenly thought, a ghost, a storyteller. Maybe Trudell, a player like him who tells his story, perhaps literally. But I doubt it. It was exciting. The storyteller motif is a thing we don't do well in our storytelling, and I have a suspicion, an instinct. Quite a bit is made in Real about Dances with Wolves, much of irritation, white man's version, etc. Though they honor Graham Greene, who should be honored, much to be honored, but I was shocked when I saw it by Richard Rodney A. Grant. This was a man we no longer see. The non-stereotype. The complaint about stereotypes is to me quite dodgy. It seems the demand is for black actors to play white stereotypes. By all means, if that is the concern, I have favorite players, Sa Ngauja, Denzel Washington, Rodney Grant, who do not do this. They do something else. Without being flowery, they do something numinous. I'm not capable of what they do except to swear it is a great and a necessary gift that made one of them a great star, at least. To all of us, necessary in an age of indistinct men, of lost men, who for lack of aught else imagine Top Gun is a movie about men. It's about cliches that do not even rise to stereotype. What a project this would be. A silent Lakota found in a nursing home who turns out to be Crazy Horse, who tells his story. I have nothing more than this.